Okay, hey PTTers, I am back with some more bonus content. So today I'm going to be talking about what is a diplomat. So based on you getting the book, maybe you've looked at the previous bonus material and then maybe you've gone out and done some Google research. But by now you should realize that this role is about being a diplomat. And that may sound weird to you. You may have never pictured yourself as a diplomat, and it just may come across weird if it's not something that you've ever thought about or pictured yourself as one day. I know that was definitely the case for myself and my wife. Just we never kind of pictured that for us in that way. Just that term diplomat has a lot of connotations that comes with it. So I want to spend some time today to talk about what a diplomat is and how it relates to what I'm talking to you guys about in the context of being paid to travel. So I'm going to start with the official textbook definition and then I'll go from there. Textbook definition: a diplomat is a person who represents their country's government in official negotiations and other international relations activities with other countries. Diplomats work to protect their citizens overseas, promote and protect their country's interests, and to also maintain positive relationships with other countries so that they can resolve conflicts peacefully. So, as American citizens, this is what American diplomats do on the behalf of America, the United States. And so it's a lot in that, right? It's a lot to unpack from there. And when you think about stereotypical diplomats, you may be thinking about stuff you've seen in movies, stuff you read about in the news. You may be thinking about political appointments, right? Because some diplomatic positions are political appointments. The very highest levels of diplomats, like ambassadors and things of that nature, that are very, very high in the hierarchy. A lot of those are politically appointed positions and they change based on presidential administrations. But the vast majority of diplomatic positions are not political positions. They are not appointed. They are simply jobs that people apply for and get hired to. And that's really the context of what we're talking about today, right? And so this is really not about the stereotypical suited up, suit and tie, drinking scotch in first class, you know, all this kind of stuff that you may see in movies and TV about diplomats, right? You know, diplomats could range from folks working in IT, doing IT work, to people working in accounting, doing accounting type, bookkeeping type work, to people working in office administration, doing secretarial work, to people working, in the embassies, helping people get their passports, interviewing, interviewing people who are seeking asylum from other countries. All of these different things fall under the realm of being a diplomat, right? There are literally hundreds and hundreds of job titles under the diplomatic umbrella, right? And so any one of those jobs you could apply for, you could get, and it will put you into the foreign service as a diplomat, right? So I want you guys to understand that, right? When you're talking about diplomat, there's a very wide spectrum, right? You could be talking about very high level ambassador type situations where you really are involved in talking to leaders of different countries, negotiating with leaders of different countries, working with leaders of other countries, trying to resolve critical conflicts and very important humanitarian situations. Of course, you have that stuff, right? But you also have stuff on different ends of the spectrum that are more behind the scenes, right? Stuff that you don't talk about. There have to be people that allow these ambassadors and these very, very high ranking diplomats to go out and do their job. There are thousands and thousands of people behind the scenes supporting all of that work. And all of those are jobs that regular, everyday people like me, like you, can apply for and get. And that's really what this is all about, right? Regular, everyday people like myself and like you can apply for and get these jobs. And with these jobs come this tremendous opportunity to see the world and do it on the government's dime. And that's what we're talking about here. So again, what is a diplomat? The diplomat is all those things that I talked about earlier in that official textbook definition, but it's so much more than that, right? It's all the people that support those activities, that support the negotiations, that support the travel, that does the research and intelligence to even figure out what's going on in this country. So there's a tremendous amount of opportunity for all the different jobs within the diplomatic umbrella, right? So if you guys stick with me, you will learn more and more about that, and you'll learn more and more about the different opportunities to be involved in that. Because if you think about it, there are 270 embassies and consulates, U.S. embassies and consulates all around the world. The Americas, Europe, Eurasia, Asia, Pacific, this all over the world. And there are people working in those places doing this diplomatic work behind the scenes. Now, not saying that you have to do this work behind the scenes. There are career tracks that take you to that ambassador level. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can do that. You can get yourself in a career track that can take you all the way up to ambassador, and then you're you're not behind the scenes, you're in front of the scenes in those situations and those kind of roles. So all that stuff is available to us, right? It's available to any American citizen that meets the minimum qualifications. And so that's what I'm talking to you guys about. That's what I want you guys to learn about. And that's where the opportunity is to live overseas, travel around the world on the U.S. government's dime. So that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. And so I'll see you next time. Peace.